remembering the Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Louis McDonald High School in Bimini relaunching its nature trail. Introduced in 2011, the trail showcases native and medicinal plants on the school's premises. As Ramiko Knowles tells us, Friday's relaunch comes with a special mandate.
School is The dedication and opening ceremony of the Louis McDonald High School's first nature trail was back in 2014. The high school is relaunching the nature trail, and subject coordinator James Pinder says that the purpose is to educate the students and adults about the medicinal and indigenous plants existing on the campus.
We're happy that you've come today. The trail features 30 plus medicinal plants, some that you're familiar with, some new ones that you might see for the first time. There's one on the trail called guinea hen weed. It's here on Bimini, but our school is one of the few schools in the country to have it on their premises, marked with the information there.
Students of the Louis McDonald High School's Performing Arts Department keeping the audience entertained with a song by a native of the island, Stevie S. Former parliamentarian and sponsor George Weish joining in on the historic moment, giving remarks to the students. He says that the nature trail is very informative, but he was saddened by the lack of attendance by parents.
It is a very disappointing thing to me, mainly because it is what you do and how much they support you will cause you to be much, much more successful than you are. So each of you students, when you go home this afternoon, please tell your parents that Mr. George, we said he was very disappointed that you all did not show your face to come here today to witness what I am witnessing.
District Superintendent for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Ivan Butler, congratulating the students on the relaunch. He says the trail provides an excellent opportunity to learn many of the native plants, their medicinal value, and what they mean to us in the Bahamas.
What we are witnessing today, hurricanes, earthquake, droughts, and severe weather, are a result of man's misuse of our environment. The Department of Education is very, very pleased with what Mr. Wildgoose and his staff are doing down here in Bimini.
Reflecting on the time her grandmother introduced her to many of the plants on the nature trail, Bimini's Member of Parliament Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe says it brings her great joy to see the students being taught the importance of not only planting seeds, but benefiting from what God has blessed us with.
At the end of the day, we can rely on others to feed us, but we must first know how to feed ourselves. And while the majority of your plants are along the lines of drinking, as the teas and what have you, you will realize that there's so much more that you can benefit from when it comes to what's in the ground. I am excited to see that your teachers and your principal are leading you to think along the lines of how do we feed ourselves.
The ceremony closed out with an educational tour of the nature trail. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The Falcons Boys Club spreading a little Christmas cheer. This past weekend, the club made a presentation to a couple of organizations involved in the development of young people. Director of the Falcons Boys Club, Darren Roll, says that thanks to sponsorship by Corporate Grand Bahama, he was able to donate funds and groceries to several organizations which commit their time and resources to young persons. The Rotary Club of Grand Bahama Sunrise also assisting in making the donations possible. President Malvise Capron says that they have been partnering with the Boys Club for a number of years now.
This was done this morning to see what it takes for us to be able to overcome all of the challenges that we face with our young men when we work together as a team. I value these persons. These persons aren't being paid. They're volunteering and doing what they're doing here on the island of Grand Bahama, and only because of the grace of God that many of them are continuing to do what we're doing. So our little small contribution this morning will go a long way in being able to help them continue to do what we're doing.
We have been contributing to this club for a number of years to assist them in their efforts in bringing the young men together and making them productive members of the society. We realize that they are the future, and if we don't take care of them now, they will be lost.
House of Hoops and Dreams, the Value Program, Reach Out Youth Organization, and the Tabernacle Boys Departments, all recipients of the donations. They say they are extremely grateful for the consideration shown by Roll.
I know that he's out there on the hustle just as much as House of Hoops and Dreams, and I know that every dollar counts for him and his ministry, and truly more than the material part of it is going to truly go a long way in my heart, because I know that he's passionate like I am. He's interested in the youth like I am.
We had a money drive that we had to raise some funds to get some books, much needed books for the students at the school, some boys at the school that were deprived of those books to be able to get their education. So we're going to continue to use that to develop and also then put it into their education.
There's a lot of kids in our community don't have a hot meal, so they come to the Reach Out Center every morning. So I'm very thankful of this donation today.
As Roll continues the construction of the Boys Center in Hawksbill, he is pleading to the government for assistance.
Please help the Falcons Boys Club complete this Champs Community Center, because this center is going to go a long way in being able to help this urban area here of the island of Grand Bahama. Our government has this new project where they're going around and being able to do things in the urban community of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, the Falcons Boys Club needs your help, needs your assistance.
The Central Church of God continuing a decades-long tradition of hosting their annual benevolence give-back. Chairperson of the committee, Jean Storr, says that persons turned out in large numbers bright and early on Saturday morning.
This year made us 35 years, and this is the worst I've ever seen it, with people complaining that Freeport, everybody say Freeport is bad. Well, if you were here early this morning, you would have known how bad it is. It's heartfelt to what it's going like. You know, we put everything into it. We came out with more stuff than last year, and they just went insane. People grabbing everything, you know, for themselves. And you won't believe, we had a prayer. We used to start with a prayer, and they promised that they're going to behave and allow everybody to get. That went out the window right away.
Every year, the church holds the free event to provide clothing and shoes to those in need. But Storr says it could not be possible without the continued generosity of the community.
I have Richie Calypso, who now just over 20 years she's been sponsoring us our shoes stuff, and we have lots of them. We have R&D Engineering, Subway, and Miss Blanche Knowles. Plus, the other stuff comes from members of the church. The members are always on board to come to us and donate things.
Former students and teachers of the 8 Mile Rock High School organizing a memorial service for a beloved teacher who has passed away. Luis de Solonares is being remembered as an outstanding music teacher who helped to define 8 Mile Rock High School as a leader and top competitor in the music arena. She worked at the 8 Mile Rock High School for more than 20 years. Former 8 Mile Rock principal Dr. Cecil Thompson and fellow educator Mary Roll say the fallen teacher was greatly appreciated.
She came to the Bahamas from Ontario, Canada, and her contributions to music in Grand Bahama in general, but especially here at the 8 Mile Rock High School, was legendary and extraordinary. The 8 Mile Rock High School was always well known for music.
I commenced my tenure here in 1994, and I was very privileged to meet her and work along with her and join the staff choir. She was meticulous, highly professional, and just loved her job. She had a passion for what she was doing, and she touched the lives of many of our colleagues and our students and parents here in the West Grand Bahama District.
Now, she left 8 Mile Rock in 2002, but her colleagues say her legacy lives on. Chairman of the 8 Mile Rock Alumni Association, Michael Hepburn, says students can pay tribute to the former teacher at a service tomorrow night.
She stood out, and she always made 8 Mile Rock music and performances top notch. There was no other school, and I repeat, there was no other school in Grand Bahama that could have compared to 8 Mile Rock High School when it came to choir and performances. So what I want to do is I want to send out a clarion call to all of my Blue Jay Nation, my fans, and all of those alumni, especially those who would have had some interaction with Ms. Desaulniers. Let us go to the, let us support this memorial service that's going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Church of the Ascension in Port Lucayo. Let's make that sanctuary blue and white.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
And welcome. Peggy from Freeport asked this question. I eat a lot of blueberries in my fruit salad and in my oatmeal because I heard it's good for your heart. Is this true? Thanks for your question. The short answer is yes. Berries have been shown in clinical and epidemiological studies to be good for heart health. In general, fruits and vegetables are high in antioxidants, but berries in particular have a high level of antioxidants called flavonoids, which researchers have shown possibly improves circulation through blood vessels, prevents plaque buildup in arteries, and promotes healthy blood pressure. There are 6 berries that researchers believe, if consumed a few times a week, can have great health benefits, like lowering your risk for a heart attack and cardiovascular disease. These are strawberries, blueberries, acai berries, raspberries, blackberries, and cranberries. Berries are not only colorful and tasty, they're also low in calories and a great source of fiber, folic acid, calcium, and vitamin C. So consider starting your day with adding a few berries to your oatmeal, yogurt, or a smoothie. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the
Doctor. Don't go away. Rumiko Knowles is up next with a check on sports.